Hey, welcome back to the Foundation for Greatness. It's me, Josh Wilfon, again with
Zala Gonzalez, co-host.
Yep. So today we have some things we're going to talk about. We're going to get back to the Fourplex, what we were talking about last week, and then talk about some other things that relate to work and what brings us back to work and motivates us and all that stuff. Hard times that we've gone through. And just a lot of other interesting topics. So stay tuned. Also, hit subscribe on the podcast. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of them, majority of them. And then same thing on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe, comment, like it. You know, we'll get it going. So
Yeah. What a great intro, Josh. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you, viewers and listeners, for tuning in again today. We're super excited, like Josh said, to go over the recap from last week and break down the deal. Super excited about that. And just provide a ton of value for you guys. And we look forward to, for you guys to tune in.
Gotcha. So what do you want to start on this week?
So let's talk about, do you want to break down the deal right away? Or do you want to, or actually, you know what? Let's just talk about the recap from last week.
Okay.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about where we're from. Like I said, I got here when I was 14 years old from Mexico and came to the U.S. with obviously not knowing any English or anything. I didn't know anybody. Came from a super small town in Mexico called Valle de Santiago, which is about 4 hours north of Mexico City.
How old were you when you moved here again?
14.
14. Geez.
Yeah, so I was already...
Oh, then you didn't know any English or anything?
Nothing, man. Yeah.
Damn.
So it was tough. I mean, I knew hello, you know?
Yeah.
Wow,
so that's impressive.
Yeah, right. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I was 14. I moved to Colorado. That's the first city where Loveland. Loveland was the first city.
Loveland.
Like by Fort Collins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Denver area, basically.
Yeah, Denver area, north of Denver, about an hour.
So let me ask you, what was the climate like in where you were from in Mexico, and then it's like a culture shock going to like Denver, basically.
I froze, dude.
Literally.
Yeah. So I froze. Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this? No, I got there during the summer, so it was really nice. It was like 60, 70 degrees.
Okay.
It was perfect, right?
Yeah, it's nice in Colorado in the summer. It's so nice.
Yeah, but in the winter when it was like my ears were frozen, dude. Like if you go like this, like it feels like they're gonna break. Your nose is frozen.
Jeez.
It was tough. It was a big adjustment, but it was pretty cool. So I started high school when I got to the U.S. and I didn't know anything, no English, nothing. It was pretty scary.
Dang.
But here we are, 20-something years later. We're good. We're have a beautiful family, my wife, my son, and it's been a great journey.
Nice. How many kids do you have?
One.
How old? Is it a boy or girl?
Yeah, he's a boy. His name is Roman Santiago. He's gonna be 2 in August.
2.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
nice.
time is.
No, it goes fast.
Yeah.
It goes fast.
It goes fast. I mean, I remember when I first saw him, I was like, "Holy crap, man!" And now he's like running around all over the house.
So,
and,
so let me ask you this as a dad as well.
Mm-hmm.
What was going through? Okay. Because you go through a lot of emotions, but what was like? Let's start with 3 months in. Like when she got pregnant, and then 3 months into it, like what was going through your mind at that point? Like I would say the 3, 6, 8 months. Like what was going through your mind every step of the way of that? Like
I mean, the first 3 months, dude, I was like, holy crap, I'm gonna be a
real?
dad. Yeah, it was like crazy,
oh
right?
God.
You start to see the belly growing, and you're like,
man.
holy crap, this is gonna be, I'm gonna be a dad. And it's an amazing feeling. And then of course the 6 month, it's even bigger. You're like, this is getting real, right?
Yeah.
And then of course the last 3 months is kind of challenging, man. I mean, the wife's like, they want everything, and it's like, oh man, it's a little totally an adjustment.
No, definitely. Yeah, because I have two boys, and definitely I would say with my first one, how old was I? I was 24. 24, because he was 7. So 24, so like
you were young, dude.
Yeah. So the first 3 months, I was what was going through my head, I was just like, oh, this is really happening. I'm having a kid. But it was a great experience all at the same time. But I was like freaking out a little bit, not because I was having a kid, but it's just like, it's like, am I ready? You know, is this gonna happen? This and that. So it's just a lot of stuff just going through my mind. And then 6 months approaches. It's like, okay, it's getting sooner.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's still some time,
Right.
7 months. I'm like, all right, yeah, no, we still got some time. 9 months coming, you're like.
Yeah, we got 20 days left.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, 20 days. Okay. And then the day of, you're just like, you're sweating bullets with her. You're like, whoo.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. And
you want to break it, man?
yeah, and then you think your life is gonna change so much because you have a bunch of people just in your life like, oh my God, your life's gonna change, this and that. And I took
You're
it.
not gonna get any sleep.
Yeah. And I took it literal where it's like, man, my life is just gonna change like 100%. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And yes, my life changed, but at the same point, it's like it changed for the better.
Yeah.
And you know, I enjoyed
world,
my time with my 2 boys, and like it's very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Oh man, and like some of the stuff, like, and they're their own people, so they have their own like personalities.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Oh man, it's hard to explain, but yeah. At first I was freaking out. Second one I was like, this is not to be too bad. It was bad. I would say the first 6 months because he was way different than my other son, and but they're all gonna be different. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to have no one.
Right. And the first 3 months, you can't do anything. It's like they just sit there, right? They just sit there. You're like, give them the bottle, whatever. But when they turn 1, bro, and you start playing with them,
a lot
and
more fun.
play soccer or whatever, or throw the ball, or they go and find their toys and bring them to you. It's freaking amazing.
No, that's the fun part.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. It's been awesome watching them grow and just. First word, dad and mom, it's always pretty sweet. So yeah.
And then now there's like my youngest one, he's just like nonstop saying mom, dad, or dad, mama.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then now he's like, dad. I'm like, what do you want, kid?
Yeah, right, yeah.
And then he'll, I'm like, no, like you're eating too much. So.
And it's only a phase, dude. Like my son is like saying dad, daddy, right? And he wouldn't say mom for like 2 months. And it's like, what's going on, right?
Yeah.
But it's a trip.
No,
it's a trip.
is.
Yeah,
it is.
And then yesterday I was out all day showing homes. I didn't get home until like 9:30, dude. I didn't get to see him before he went to sleep, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It sucks not seeing your kid,
having that energy
for like a whole entire day.
Yeah, because they have so much energy, and they project like this happiness, and it's like really, really cool to see. Yeah, no, it is, and like some of the stuff like my son does makes me laugh, and I'm just like, oh man, like this is awesome.
Yeah.
And
we gotta put some photos up next time, dude. For our kids. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'll bring some. Next time I'll put some photos up. It was a funny phase that my youngest went through. Because we shaved his head, because he's half Mexican. So
okay, got it.
So my mother-in-law
shaved his head?
Yeah. So my mother-in-law was like, "Oh, let's shave his head." I'm like, "Yeah, screw it, let's do it." And then my wife used to take him to work, so they started like putting Buddha costumes on him and stuff. So it was like so funny. Oh man.
Yeah, you gotta put those photos up.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'll put them up. Yeah. Man, but yeah, it's hilarious. So
yeah. So you got 2 kids. One is 7, and the other one's
one. He just turned 1 in December.
Oh, got it.
One. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Did you get any sleep? Like they said, the first 6 months or whatever, they say you don't get any sleep.
It was a little bit of sleep, to be honest. It was probably my wife didn't get a lot of sleep at all, and then the crazy thing was she would go on these like she was so used to it, and then once he started sleeping through the night, and he just started sleeping through the night like a couple months ago, she would wake up in the middle of the night and was like, I'm like, oh no, go to bed. Yeah. Because like she was already in the cycle just of, him waking up and then her having to go give him the bottle or whatever it is. It was like, dang, like your mind's already trained, your body's already trained.
Right.
So now we're getting our sleep back. But it's awesome.
That's awesome, bro. So, yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Did you get any sleep at all?
Yeah. My wife was the one. Yeah.
I know my wife hates me for that.
Yeah. But my wife's like, you're I'm just sleeping, dude. And but you know what? I want to put him to sleep, and I want to be able to do that, but he won't. He just wants the mom.
Is it fight and stuff?
He won't. He will not let me put him to sleep. It's just like mom, and then that's it. So in a way, it's kind of like I think the next one we're gonna do things differently. Obviously, it's I want to help. Yeah. And he just won't let me. So yeah, and he doesn't take the bottle either. We never give him a bottle because he had his he had a tongue ties.
Okay, that's my first son had that.
Yeah, so they had to laser it off, and then it was like 2 weeks of us like pushing down on the tongue and then doing this. Dude, it was horrible, man, for those 2 weeks. But after that, he didn't want to take the bottle anymore.
Jeez.
So it was just
how was that? Yeah. Oh.
Bleep that.
Yeah. How was the teething going? Did you cry a lot?
Dude, it was horrible. Yeah, the teething, dude, for those first 2 weeks when they're popping through, it's just horrible.
Jeez.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
He's got like I want to say he's got like 10, 12. He's got 2 molars, and then all the bottom, like 4 in the bottom and 4 on the top.
Oh,
yeah.
dang.
Yeah. So, but every time there's a new tooth it's like yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what my son was going through because he didn't have any teeth, and out of nowhere he just started bawling. It was like going crazy, having fevers. And since we're going through the COVID stages, like we'd take him to daycare, and then daycare's like, oh, he has a fever, he might have COVID. We test them, and they're like, no, it's just his teeth. And they're like, sorry, we can't take them.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, Yeah. So, but yeah, no, he has like 5 or 6 teeth on top, and then 2 on the bottom. So he looks like a little rabbit. So.
Yeah. So freaking cute, dude. Yeah.
Oh,
so
man,
so it's been great, man. Yeah, and I mean, I'm looking forward to another one, but she's probably right now she's not.
It's like, nope, not yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Nice.
That's kind of how my story there. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's pretty awesome. So yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I love being a parent.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so. I know that you wanted to tell the viewers something in regards back to real estate, in regards to like finding offers or bringing money to the table or whatever it is. So, what would you have in mind?
You're talking about partnering up with deals?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what we wanted to tell you guys is Josh and I do a lot of flips, and we are actually looking for partners to work with us.
Yep.
Either if you want to find the deal, bring it to us. We'll analyze it and provide you an idea of how much you can make. Or if you just want to use your money, I mean, the banks don't give you anything, usually 0.5%. So if you got 20, 30,000 that you want to play with, bring it to us. We'll tell you exactly what we're going to do with it. We'll break it down, and we can partner up.
Yeah, definitely.
So like I said, we have a lot of experience with flips, and the one thing that we don't have enough of is deals.
Yeah.
So bring us all the deals.
You can never have enough money.
Yeah.
So the more money you have, obviously the more deals you could do. So if we're either brought deals or money, hey, that's what we would love to partner up with people, is to have the deals as in like either houses, multifamilies, like small apartment complexes. Stuff like that. Even possibly commercial buildings. If there's money to be made, we're there.
Yeah.
So so that's what we're looking for. And then also with the money part. So if we have 3 houses, we don't want to tie all of our money up into 1 or 2. We want to be able to times our money along with your money 2, 3, 4, 5 times with different properties. So that's what we're looking for. So if you guys are interested, let us know. Maybe we could partner up on a deal, and we all could make something work. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what we wanted to do, I don't know if Josh, if you have that, is break down the deal that we did together.
Yeah. I do.
Okay.
I'll put on a blank canvas basically, so that way everyone can see, how the numbers work with purchasing it and all that, which would be for the Fourplex.
Yeah, so this will give you more confidence to see the kind of stuff that we do and how much money you can make, and hopefully get you guys excited to be part of this.
Yeah, I would love that. Can you hand me the cord real quick? So that way you guys can see, and then I'll be very descriptive with for the podcast, so that way you guys can kind of see the numbers. And then, or hear the numbers, not see the numbers. Sorry, I apologize. Forgot you guys are still listening. Yeah. All right, so as we plug in.
Yep. And I'll just move out of the way so we can see the screen.
So, let me minimize some stuff here. Should have did that before. And for the viewers, there's nothing bad on my screen. I just have to minimize it all. You get what I'm saying? All right. So, with that Fourplex, so you sold it to us for it was $460, right?
Yeah, don't remind me.
Yeah, it was $460. So we were able to get a loan. Do the combo. We were able to get the loan for $490, which also covered our our closing costs and all of that.
Yeah.
The reason why we're able to get the numbers that good for that property because the numbers were good, and then on top of it too, we have a good relationship with the lender. So I was able to get some good financing where they would be able to overfund a little bit.
Yeah.
And it covered, majority of it. I put some money down and all that. So 490 was my loan amount.
Yep.
So basically what that means is what the 490 is, if I were to, foreclose on the property or wasn't able to afford it at all, it wouldn't be the 460 that I purchased it at. It would be the 490 that I'd be in debt with.
Correct.
And then the bank would, be able to have the 460.
Yeah.
So basically, we put in about $130,000 into it. So that was so there's 4 units. So let me break that down. So it was 4 units.
Yep.
Each unit was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
2-bath, yeah.
About 1,000 and.
It was like 1,044 square feet.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. So almost 1,100 square feet.
Which is massive for a fourplex.
Yeah.
For an apartment. Yeah.
It was big. It also had like a nice backyard, all that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna post it on my YouTube with a walkthrough and all that stuff, so that way you guys can see the upgrades and everything. But
before and afters and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was pretty good condition.
But in one of them, there was like it smelled like cats in there though. Oh man.
Yeah.
It was bad.
A, right?
It was
The one on
unit
the top left.
C.
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, so we had to actually replace some few floorboards and stuff like that because it was still smelling in there. I was like, man, this is crazy. But we got that fixed.
Yeah.
So we actually rehabbed the whole place. We installed some recessed lighting to update it because it was built in the '88 or '89.
Which is really new for a fourplex, in my opinion. Here.
Because here in Las Vegas, majority of them are built in between the 40, maybe 30, 40s,
60s, yeah,
and 70s. So it was fairly new in Henderson. Henderson's appealing.
I was going to say, which is Henderson for you viewers and listeners. It's a really nice area in Las Vegas. It's probably one of the most desirable areas after Price, Summerlin, or pretty close right now.
I would say neck to neck.
Yeah, exactly. So
but it was good. So that one also had like asphalt driveway, so you could park about a good 8 to 10 cars there.
Yeah.
Had a good backyard. And then backyard when we bought it was just being used as a community backyard. So it really wasn't being used at all. So what we did was we cut it down in the middle in the backyard. So that way both the bottom units had their own private backyard.
Yep.
So added some rock back there with some synthetic grass. Did all of that. So it was, it looks really, really nice. But yeah, so we spent 130. So then after the 130, so we're sitting at what be 6. Is it not plugged? Oh, there we go.
There you go.
It was at, so we're all in at 6. Was it 20?
490 plus 130, right?
Yep. I was thinking it's 620.
Yeah, 620, yeah.
And then the appraisal, so we got it appraised. We're still actually thinking about either selling it or we're thinking about refinancing it. So that's what we're in the process of right now is refinancing it. But we still stop the process and just like, you know what? We know the appraisal, this and that. So I know you guys all have been waiting for me to tell you guys about these numbers. So
these numbers are crazy, by the way, guys. I mean,
yeah, you don't really hear about it.
I sell a lot of fourplexes in Las Vegas. I probably do like at least 10 to 12 a year, and this one is by far the best deal that I've seen for a fourplex.
Yeah, no, it was a great deal, and I didn't think it was gonna. I knew it was gonna be good. I didn't think it was be this great. But we did a decent job on the rehab and everything. So basically, the appraisal came back at 820.
Wow.
So that means so that means we profited. It was $200,000.
Instant equity in less than 4 months, guys. I mean, $200,000 in less than 4 months of instant equity.
We bought it, I think, in October of 21.
Yeah.
So yeah, $200,000. So if we were to sell it on the market, we would sell for 820. For we'll say I would put it up around 900.
Yeah.
Probably like around 900 since it's a seller's market. But based on our numbers, what we're showing here, so 820. So if we profit $200,000 after our initial investments, we would have to pay capital gains on that 200,000.
Yeah.
Now, if we were to do a refi and we do a cash out refi, I have a bank that's allowing us to do 80%. 80% loan to value. So basically meaning I'm keeping 20% in the property and then taking 80% of that out. So it will pay off the hard money lender that I got for that, which is a high interest lender that lends out cash.
Yeah.
In order to do cash deals and do them quick. So that's basically what we got. So it'd pay off the investor, and then we would get our money back that we put into the rehab, and then also be able to profit a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Within 4 months, and then the best part about that is zero capital gains.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully the IRS is not listening. No, I'm just playing. It's totally legal, guys.
It's totally legal.
It's called the Burr method. So if a lot of people aren't familiar with it, it stands for buy, renovate, refinance, repeat.
Yeah.
And you just repeat that process. Boom,
yeah, which
boom.
is a really hard thing to do. I think it's like one of the hardest things to do for investment. The Burr strategy is not that easy, but he's going to describe it how easy it was for him.
I
Which
wouldn't
is
say
where the
I wouldn't
experience
say,
comes in.
Yeah,
right? And when I say easy, like I'm talking like if it was like him and I talking now, like to the new investor. For example.
Yeah. If you guys are looking to invest and do something like that, yes, there's deals out there. You can find them through either wholesalers, but if you're looking on the MLS or looking on the market on Zillow, you're not going to find those deals unless it's a for sale by owner, which they're the people. A for sale by owner is someone that is an owner that's selling their house and they put it up on the market. So some people will do that on Zillow, but they will discount their property without even knowing that they're discounting the property.
Yeah.
Because we're the professionals in here because we are the realtors. We're not saying that just because we're the realtors. We are saying that because that's just what happens. So that's why we always tell people sell with a realtor, sell with a realtor. And if it's a distressed property, then you can sell to an investor. You can also try to sell it on the market. That's always a gamble.
Yeah.
It's always a gamble. Because I do have a story. I'll tell you that story in a second. When it comes to selling a distressed property, you're gonna be like, "What?" It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're able to basically, not yet, but we're able to technically almost pull out $200,000. So it would be 80% of 820, which I believe is 656. Only reason why I know that is because I've done the math already.
656.
I know, yeah. So
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
so we just basically minus that from or we minus the 656 from the 820.
820, yeah.
And then that gap is what we profit.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. So to that story that I was gonna tell you. So last year in what was it? No, not March. It was actually June.
Okay. Summertime.
Yeah, summertime. So I had this client that he called me. He's like, "Look, man, I want to get at least 300 or 315 for my property." And it was like it was near downtown, downtown Las Vegas, and he's like, "Oh, I want 300, 315." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I was like, I just had to come check it out, whatever.
Yeah.
So I went, met him in person, checked it out, and I look around and I'm like, well, you have a pool, but the pool needs to be replastered.
Yeah. That's a 7 Gs right there, right?
It's like seven to 10, and a little bit of inflation happened, and then it was just like that was not the worst. That was not the worst. So I walked it back there. It was bad.
Yeah.
Walked inside and I'm like, okay, well, we could refurbish these we can't do the cabinets, okay?
Yeah.
Because I was looking at them and I'm like, and I opened up the cabinets. I'm like, was there ever water damage in here?
Yeah.
I was like, because your cabinets have swelled a little bit. And he's like, oh yeah, we had a flood. Wait, what do you mean you had a flood? He's like, oh yeah, the whole sink, it just bursted and it flooded the whole house.
Wow.
I'm like, wait. Where did it get to? He's like, oh, it's about 2-3 feet high throughout the whole house. And I'm like,
wow. That's crazy.
I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, what's on the other side of this wall right here where the cabinets were in the kitchen?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's a bedroom. I was like, do you mind if I go in there? He's like, yeah. We go in there and there's a bed next to the wall. I'm like, can I pull this bed out that's next to the wall? He's like, yeah. I pull it out and it's black right there. But there's paint. I'm like,
yeah.
Bro, like there's mold. But I can't say mold because it's legal thing. But I'm like, dude, that's not living.
Right.
That's living.
Yeah, right. Is that algae?
I'm surprised there's no mushrooms. No. But yeah, no, it's bad. And then everywhere I went, and then he didn't have baseboards because it got flooded.
Yeah.
And then it was black all underneath. I'm like, dude, this is bad. I'm like, you want 300, 315? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, how about this? And it was worth probably, if he renovated it, which I gave him the option. I was like, look, if you spent a good 45, 50,000 to renovate this place, you could probably sell it at that time. It was like 380.
Okay.
And he's like, whoa, like that's crazy. I could just do a refi and do it. Yeah, basically. And then I could help you, get the contractor, get all that set up and get you ready. He's like, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, but that takes time. I was like, your brothers, because it was 3 of them, I was like, your brothers said that they want to sell this and that. He's like, okay. And then so we basically put out there that, because he's like, but I still want to sell it for around 300, 315 for as is.
Okay. After you already discovered.
I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna have to disclose all this, but at the same time, like, how about this? I'll buy it from you for $260.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I'll do all the dirty work. You can leave whenever you want.
Yeah.
Did he take it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he did not. He did not take it.
You have to sell it?
Yeah. So I put it on the market to sell. And he was and his brothers were like, look, listen to Josh. He's saying to put it up for like 290, to put it up for maybe 300 if you're lucky. And he's like, no, I want 315.
Jeez.
I'm like, how about this? We'll put it on the market for 30 days.
Yeah.
If not, I'll come at you with another offer, a cash offer. Buy it from you.
Yeah.
Deal. Cool. I thought I had this in the bag. Oh man, I was like,
you were counting,
Yeah, but I was like, all right, cool. I'm about to buy this property, but I didn't tell anybody about it yet.
Yeah.
But I still did my duties as a realtor and represent him for 30 days.
Right. Yeah,
so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna still do my job.
Yeah.
I put it on the market. I marketed it on like wherever all the places I market all my listings.
Yeah.
Guess what happened?
10 offers.
Well, we got multiple offers, but the problem, not a problem. It was a good problem, and I gave this dude a handshake. I'm like, dude, you were right.
Yeah.
He got a full cash offer as is at 315.
Wow. Like that?
Yeah.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah, just like that. And I'm like, look, man, I'm amazed. And he's like, should I counter him? No, don't counter him.
Wait,
no.
Now I want 350.
No, he's like, I want 325. I was like, all right, now you're getting greedy. No, I told him that. I was like, no, now you're getting greedy. Like, let's just run with it. He's like, all right, let's do it. Let's sign.
Wow.
He's like, how fast can we close? I was like, how fast do you want to close? He's like, well, let's do it at the end of the month. I'm like, okay. So the cash buyer was cool with it. Yeah. They purchased it, no issues. They did their inspection, their due diligence. They bought it.
Wow, I can't believe that it just happened like that, dude. Get like a full cash offer for $315 on a property like that. But was it an investor, dude?
Yeah, it was an investor.
Okay, so they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, and then I looked back at it after after 3 months, and the property value in that area, it went up to. This was a 1,300 square foot home.
Okay.
With a pool, 3 bedrooms, 1 car garage with a U-shaped driveway.
Wow. So was it 2 bathrooms at least? 2?
2 bathrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 full bathrooms.
Yeah.
And this was last year. It's probably worth more now in the area. But
$450 now or something like that, right?
More than that.
Yeah.
More than that.
$500,000.
No, I'm serious. Because 3 months later, you were able to sell that same house because there was a comp that was renovated, and it sold for $440.
Wow. That's crazy. That was last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was 3 months later. I'm like, dang, if I would have got that, would have been a home run. But I'm happy.
Kept it too, right? You know, you could have kept it rented out or something and just let the value go up. Yeah.
That is very true too. But yeah, no, at the same time, like I like to explain that to my clients and give them options. And whatever they decide to do, I'm gonna do it 100%. I'm not gonna have to do it because I can make money. No. We're all in this, and the reason why I do that is for the referrals. So he's gonna go and refer me more people, like either buyers, sellers, whatever it is, or his neighbors. He can put a good word in, you know, whatever it is. So even if, like, I've had instances where neighbors are like, "Oh yeah, Josh sold my house," and they're like, "Oh well, my house is, you know, distressed, this and that."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh well, he's also an investor. He buys houses. Here's his number."
Yep.
And, you know, word of mouth, it happens like that, and that's how sometimes I get my deals. Either if it's, you know, flipping properties or even doing my real estate business. That's how I get it. It's just referrals because I try my best at everything I do every time I do it. You know, so.
And the one thing that Josh and I do is we don't do it for the money. And I think because we don't do it for the money, we want to do it because we love the game. We love to be in the game. We love to flip the properties, help clients sell their houses. And because we do it that way, we don't have to stress about money.
Yeah.
The money just comes with it. We love playing the game. We love helping the clients, and everybody wins. That's what I've seen. I love it when my client wins. That means like, you know,
no, that's huge.
I win too.
Yeah, because they'll probably refer 1, 2, 3 more people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and it makes everyone happy because they want the same service that you gave them to their friends and family.
Exactly.
So that's
we make them look good.
Yeah. But and then at the same point is like. I saw when I came into real estate, I love what I do. So I found out in business and finding out now, like any ventures that I start doing, I have to have a passion for it. I have to do it well. And not because of the money, because what happens is when you start that business or create whatever it is, and you're doing it, the money will eventually come.
Yeah.
It will eventually come. If you're chasing it for the money, you're chasing it for the wrong reasons.
That's right.
You know, so it's always chase your passion and always come and follow you. Like the money will always come, no matter what. And you can't tell me what business or what out there that if you have no passion doing it, and you're chasing it for the money, you know, you're not going to last long.
Yeah, it's not going to last. Exactly. It might be like a 3-4 month period, but you're not going to last. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to do it for the right reasons.
Yeah, and I always have people like, oh, how much do you make per year? And instead of like asking me, like, hey, like,
how many families do you help?
Yeah. How many families do you help? Or do you have fun doing it? Or is it hard? I don't have people ask me that. Oh, I should get into it because you know, it makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, but you got to think about taxes, all this other stuff.
That's all the expenses and all that.
Don't worry about the money. Worry about helping the families. Worry about building businesses, building your family up to be great, you know?
That's right. Yeah.
So that's just my take on it. And,
I agree with you 100%. Yeah, you got to do it with the passion and for the right reasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
So
how's that deal coming along? Are we done with it?
Yeah. So basically,
if you go one by one, Josh, I mean, you can do like, you know, the 460 purchase price, right?
Yep.
And then the loan was for 490.
And then the rehab was here.
130,000 for the rehab,
And then the all-in is at 620.
Yep.
And then the appraisal at 820.
And that was just literally 6 months after the appraisal for 820?
No, the appraisal came in last week, and that was 3 months after.
Okay. So 3 months after. The total take home is $200,000 if he was to
sell it.
Yeah. So $300,000 in literally 4 months. Yeah, 4 or 5 months, right?
Yep.
But what's even cooler is if he holds this deal, his monthly payment is what, Josh, on this deal? All in, including expenses and all that. I'm assuming expenses around $500 a month for the expenses, the water, trash, sewer.
So we'll get into that. So what the property is making is basically it's making about $6,800 a month.
Yeah,
so the bottom people, they are paying it's about $1,800 per unit on the bottom because they get a private backyard in an apartment. Okay, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And then the top are paying $1,500, which they get a nice view of the strip.
Oh, the strip, yeah.
But they don't get a backyard, so it gets discounted a little bit. And you're asking yourself, what, $300 for a backyard? Hey, We're in Vegas.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever been in an apartment with a backyard? I haven't.
I haven't.
But no, all jokes aside, yeah, it's you know, that's what it is.
It's a unique property.
Plus it's all renovated, all that, and it's very spacious too.
Yeah.
So we have what 3,000 plus 36. So I'll just call it because there's also expenses involved in that extra amount.
Yeah.
Because I charge them, it's $70 per month for water, sewer, trash. Times that by 4, which is that's 140, 280, which brings it up to 68.80.
Okay. So 68.80 is the total.
Yeah, 68.80.
Got it.
Okay. So that's the total rent.
Yeah, total gross.
Yeah,
revenue, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, monthly revenue. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we basically are now our mortgage. We're able to get a mortgage with insurance and all that for about 2,800.
Okay.
And
so $2,800.
The reason why it's so cheap because you're like, wait a minute, how are you going to get a loan for $656 and it's only going to be $2,800 and you're putting you're leaving 20% down. Like, wait a minute, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
So there's a special program out there. It's called the DSCR program, which is a 40-year fixed rate. So your rate is always gonna be fixed.
Okay.
For the first 10 years, it's interest only, which makes it better for cash flow for the first 10 years.
That's right. It's all about the cash flow when you're doing that, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
because for the first 10 years is you don't know what's gonna happen. Life happens. And at the same point is within those 10 years, like you can do a 1031, which a 1031 exchange is you trade one asset for another one and defer any capital gains.
That's right.
So, so it's a 40-year, and then in the 11th year, it's going to go up to what was it? It was going to be 3,500. So
by then he's already gotten his money back times. I don't know, 20 and everything else.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And then it's only 3,500, but I'm still, as you can see here, I'm still profiting a pretty lump sum of money right there.
Yeah.
And at the same point too, that's just going based off the rents as of today.
That's
on average, I'm not sure if you know this, but on average, rents are raised between properties appreciate between 2 to 3% on average per year. Hasn't been for the last 2-3 years. Yeah, but for the last, for whatever it is, it's always appreciates at least 2 to 3%.
Yep.
And then same thing with rents. Rents will always rise as well. And if there's a market downfall, and let's say the rental market takes a crash of 10%. 10% of 68.80. That's only $600. $600. What? Yeah, $600.
Yeah, $600. Yeah.
$600.
Like that. Yeah.
$600. And I still can afford my mortgage and still get profits. So
that's right.
It's all profitable. So
yeah. So you're at $6,800, right? $6,880, and your monthly payment is $2,600.
Yeah.
Okay, so $2,600.
$2,800.
Okay, 28. And would you say another
about $4,000 for profit?
Okay, so $4,000 a month profit.
Yep.
Okay, so he's making $4,000 per month, guys, on this.
Profit.
Profit, take home. So that's like, he can get a Lamborghini if he wanted to tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
With that money, right? And he can cover 2 houses at $2,000 a month. Those 2 houses can make another, I don't know, $1,000, $2,000.
Yeah.
And he keeps going up by 10% or whatever the case may be per year. So that's another.
Do you know a Lambo dealer?
Yeah.
Great idea. Let's buy a depreciating asset.
Yeah. No, dude, no, it's all marketing, man.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
it's all marketing, right? Yeah, show up to a property. Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's making $4,000 per month. It's all profit, and literally he's doing this in 4 months. So was it difficult at the beginning with the rehab and all that? It looks huge. It looks like a huge undertaking, but when you have the experts like he does, he's got his own contractor. It literally is like you tell him what you want. I want new counters. I want this, cabinets, whatever the color that you want, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
exactly.
You tell them what you want. They execute. Next thing you know, you're renting the apartment for $1,800 a month, making $4,000 a month profit. So that's what we wanted to show you guys, how easy it is and how important it is that you guys know how to work your deals and how to maximize the profit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
And then, so let me ask you this. So,
Yeah.
so off topic of that. So let me ask you this. So based on like on all that and your real estate and all that, what is I would say your most stressful moment in life that you actually bring back to either your work life and like real estate? Like what was a most stressful time in your life that when you look back at it,
Yeah.
and when you're having difficulties now, you're like, you look back at it and like, you know what, it's not as bad as that.
Yeah, so for me, it was probably when I moved to Vegas. I came to Vegas in 2007 by myself. I didn't know anybody. It was just my friend and I. He had a job at Sears, and he asked me, hey, let's just, by the way, I was
about to ask, how old were you?
Yeah, so I think I was, at the time I was 21. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So I was 21, I was ready to turn 22. And in Colorado, I was making really good money. I was making I think it was like $5,000 a month selling phones. I had a nice car.
Wow. That's
I had a
young.
girlfriend at the time and everything. And I just left it all behind. I just wanted to do something new. So I came to Las Vegas in 2007, no job.
So why Vegas though?
We just said, let's move to Vegas. And
Was it the clubs? You're like, yo, let's go to the
No,
clubs.
not even the clubs. But it's like, I never been to
or?
Vegas before,
Oh,
right?
okay,
So I
okay.
came to Vegas for my birthday. And my friend's like, you know what, let's just move to Vegas. So we moved to Vegas, man. Like, just like that.
Dang.
And when I told my dad, he's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, how are you going to go to Vegas not knowing anybody or not, not even a job or anything? So
That's crazy.
So for the first 6 months, I was working 3 jobs. So I was working at Sears, I was working at Dell, and I was working for my buddy selling Cricket phones at the mall. So I was working almost, I want to say 70 hours a week. I know it sounds like a lot of hours, but I was working Monday through Sunday, and I had no money. I was barely making all my bills and all that, because I was paying half the bills with my buddy, even though he had a family, he got 2 kids, and his wife. I was living with them, and I was, it was the bills was I don't know, $3,000 a month, and I was only making $1,500 for the whole month.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was tough. So I was eating cheese and crackers for 3 months. I wanted to go back home. I cried about twice a week.
Oh man,
I didn't cry.
bad.
I didn't cry, but I was ready to go, man. I was ready
yeah.
to go back home, and I told myself, you know what? If I make it through this, I can do anything, right?
That's true.
And I was able to make it. So that was for about 6 months. I was doing those 3 jobs. And then I met somebody at Sears. I was working for this company called Rico, which is the commercial grade copiers. He introduced me to.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was in 2007, right? So in 2008, I got a job at Rico, and I was making, I think it was $33,000 a year or something like that.
Okay.
So that's when I started to get out of the hole. So I got promoted from doing. I was fixing printers. That's how I started in 2008. And then I started to sell the printers in 2011.
Oh, nice.
When I started selling those printers, I went from making $33,000 a month to $70,000 a month. $70,000 a month my first year. So I was like, holy crap, this is crazy, right? And
How old were you at that age?
I was 25, dude.
Nice.
Yeah. So by the
nice.
time I was 26, I was making over 100,000. But here's the thing, right? If you come to Vegas and you don't know how to behave,
No, that's what I tell everybody.
if you come to Vegas and you don't know how to behave, you're gonna blow your money. I mean, I was going to the clubs. I had a nice car. I was buying Gucci belts that were $500-600 for what? Where are those belts, right?
Yeah.
So I was spending a lot of money just basically blowing it. And then when I was 27, then I met my wife.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, hey, I don't want this life. You got to slow down. I mean, it's cool that you're making all this money, but you're blowing it. And when I met her, she was able to just put a plan together for us, and here we are, man.
That's awesome.
Fucking killing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy though.
So when I go back to that, dude, and I'm like, you know what? I was ready to go back home. I had no friends. I was literally just working to survive and eating crackers and cheese for a couple months. What part of real estate is hard?
Yeah. That's true.
Door knocking, making a phone call, and somebody hangs up on you.
Yeah.
So what? You don't
Yeah.
even know that person, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever. Nothing in real estate is as hard as that.
No.
Of what I went through, dude.
Yeah, because that's the thing is you can basically, if you're how can I drum up some business? You're gonna go out there and find it, rather than, you know, I know some people, they're just like, oh, you know, I can't find deals, or, you know, they're not coming to me.
Well, they give up, right? Like before they even start.
Yeah, it's like, or they're not answering their phones, or they keep telling me no. It's like, keep fighting, keep going, you know, and they're just like, yeah. Versus like I know, like, I'm the same way, where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go find it. If I have to go knock on your door, if I have to do this, I have to do that. I'm gonna go do it, because I'm gonna go find the money. I'm gonna go find those clients, and I'm gonna survive. I know how to survive, because I've been in this rat hole before. You know?
exactly. Yeah, exactly the same way for me, man. So that was like probably the hardest thing I ever done in my life. That was even harder than coming to the U.S. not knowing any English, because at least when I came to the U.S., I surrounded myself with the group right away of like Hispanic people, so, you know, you can talk Spanish and all that. But coming here alone, not knowing anybody, and just working 3 jobs, that shit sucked.
Dang.
Yeah. What about you? What was the hardest thing for you, man?
I would say, probably right before me and my wife got married. And if you've ever been married or went through like a wedding before, it's stressful.
Are you talking about the prepping and all that?
Everything, yeah.
Yeah,
like from like the beginning, like the fun parts were like going, taking trips.
I gotta say, Josh, that was the hardest thing, man. Come on.
No, I'd say that the best thing was like,
with you. It is tough.
Yeah. The best thing was like you get to go eat the foods, try out the cake.
The cakes, dude. Oh yeah.
I love
the wines, dude. All that good stuff.
So
the food,
so it was about a week. No, it was literally a week before our wedding.
Okay.
So our wedding was on a Saturday.
Okay.
And previous to that, Saturday, it was probably, it was like a Friday, so 8 days before, so a week before. So basically, it all started, and I'll show you guys the video, and then I'll explain it.
Is that the viral video?
What?
Is that the viral
video?
No.
I'll show you guys the viral video later. But this is the video that basically, it felt like everything was just going downhill from here. With the wedding preparations and everything.
Yeah.
I'll explain everything after I play the video, but you're gonna be like, what? So I'll back up really quick. I had a nice truck. I paid, it was like $55 for it. I love this truck. It was all blacked out, and I loved it. So we were gonna actually take this truck to go to put all the stuff in there, because we got married in Temecula. So we're gonna take all that stuff that my wife made, because she does a lot of crafts. So she made a lot of stuff for the wedding, and put them in the back of the truck, you know, and haul it all over there, right?
Yeah.
Easy, right? No. So then this happens.
Don't tell me you were going down the highway and.
This is my house. I'm gonna play the video.
Okay.
So there's a truck right here. There's a red truck. So for the listeners, there's a red truck in the middle of the
So there's a truck right next to your truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's delivering water.
Okay.
I've never seen this guy deliver water before.
Okay.
I still haven't to this day. See, that was the first time and only time I saw him deliver water.
Usually sparklets or something, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. It was a weird situation.
All right.
And then our street is very narrow, and then it's like a cul-de-sac.
Right there.
Yeah. And it's like a cul-de-sac coming down. So there was this, I swear she was on drugs, but watch. Just watch this. So you see, there he comes right here.
Oh, wow, bro.
Totaled my truck.
That was the week before your wedding?
That was literally 8 days before our wedding.
Wow.
Totaled my truck. Crazy. So I had to go through the insurance, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that's not just the...
I'm assuming that was from your ring or whatever, yeah?
Yeah, that's from my ring.
Damn,
my
dude,
ring
that's
camera.
Crazy.
And yeah, so all that started. And then was it the same day? Same day, yes, it was the same day. Same day, what happened was my wife got a call later on that day, and it had to be about like maybe 3 hours later from her hair people, from her makeup and hair people. Yeah. So the makeup and hair people called her and was like, hey, all the payments that you've made to the company that hired us, they went out of business.
What?
Yes.
What? That is crazy, dude.
Yes, and I'm like, and she's like, wait. because we paid
That was the same day that happened to your truck.
Yeah,
basically.
same day, and we paid them. I think it was like $3,000 or $4,000 to get everyone's hair and makeup done for the wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're like,
what are we gonna do? Yeah, right. Because you got to book in advance, dude. I mean, yeah.
And they told us, okay, well, if you pay us, we'll give you a discount because sorry that happened.
Yeah.
But we'll give you a discount. I'm like, all right. What's the discount? Like, well, we can do it for $2,000. Like, what? Now we're in the hole for another like $2,000 plus the $4,000 we paid. They're like, yeah, just dispute it with the banks, all that. Yeah. That took about like 4 or 5 months after the wedding, but to dispute it. But we're like, crazy. You know what? We have to get this done, so we did that.
Yeah.
And then there was like a couple other little things that happened, and me and my wife were like, you know what? If this is gonna be the worst that's happened to us, it's not that bad.
No, exactly.
It's not that bad. It was bad because
it's bad, but there's always a solution to everything, right?
Yeah.
So that's when you're like, that's when you get out of the other side. Yeah.
So to add insult to injury, so it gets more funnier and weird because, and I've always parked there. My neighbors park there to this day. I never park there anymore. Like it's cursed to me. It is fucking cursed.
Wow. And the guy hit your truck and not the red car either.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right?
So it was 2 days later. I had a rental, right?
No.
I wake up.
No.
The car's gone.
Wow.
I'm freaking out. I'm like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning and my rental's gone. I got work to do. Like,
wow.
What the hell what's going on? I called the rental car company. I think it got stolen. I don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I call the police, and I'm on the call with the police. They're like, what's your address? I give them the address. Oh, there's an incident report for that. What do you mean there's an incident report? They're like, yeah, there's an incident report. I'm like, okay. What's the incident report number? So they give it to me. So I call this other cop place, or I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Call this place, and they'll give you more information. So I call them, give them the incident number, and they're like, oh yeah, it was involved in a crash.
Wow.
I'm like, wait, you're talking about my rental that I purchased? It was in a crash. He's like, yeah, it was in a crash. I'm like, what?
Wow.
So I had to go down to the tow truck yard and take pictures and give it to the rental car place, and I had to get another rental, but I did not park it in that spot though.
All in the same week, dude. So yeah, your car got totaled, the
rental
whole
got
makeup
totaled.
Stuff,
yeah.
And then the rental got totaled, dude, and yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then then we got down there, everything was going great, and then my wife let me know a day before. It was like, we forgot all the bouquets.
Wow.
Yeah, so then they were able to get all the flowers and stuff, but and I was like, look, we've been through so much. Let's just go get flowers or something.
Right.
Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, let's just go to Walmart and get them. Just go to Bonds and get the flowers there.
Crazy. So that's one of my.
That is a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot. I mean, just especially like so close to the wedding and all that.
Yeah. So that's one of my foundations where I look back at. I have some other ones like more personal, but that's one of me and my wife's that we can look back and say, you know what? It can't get any worse because if you've ever been through a wedding, it is stressful enough, and then adding that stress is
last week too, which is
way more crucial. And then we had to pay for the wedding, and everything was just it was emotional. Just like, man, but
that's crazy, dude. That's a lot.
After it was all over, I was just like, I'm done. And that's when my wife is like, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get another truck. She's like, no, get you your Tesla. And I'm like, what? So she's like, yeah, just get it. So I got it, and I love it to this day, but do not park in that spot.
You still live there right now?
Huh? I just did a refi on it. I'm actually about to move out of there right now, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good, bro. That's good. That's crazy though. That's a good story. It's like,
no, you think it's over, but it keeps going. It's like,
it was like a Final Fantasy type. How did it happen so many times, right? You know, like from your truck to the makeup to the rental. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it was crazy, it was wild.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, let's change some speed. So next week, next week on our podcast and our YouTube, we're gonna actually have a guest on.
Yeah, so next week, guys, because it's so close to tax season, we're thinking about bringing a CPA. You guys want to let us know in the comments if that's a good idea. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring a CPA to give you all the techniques and all the strategies on how to, if you're self-employed, how to keep the most amount of money possible in your pocket and still doing it legally.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the key, right? So yeah, there's
And
a
then
lot of
also-
write-offs.
Yep. And
Buy
then
yourself
also,
a Lambo and write it off.
there you go.
Yeah.
And also ask him some interesting questions about like what's the craziest deductions he's seen.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, just ask him, you know, some crazy questions and
Yeah.
all that fun stuff because we want to get to know, you know, their field and everything. So we want to know some crazy things. We want to know the funny stories. We want to know everything about them because we have funny stories about real estate. And everybody, even you guys as the viewers at your jobs or at your own businesses, you guys probably have funny, hilarious stories that you're like that you might think is like it's funny, but to us it's probably hilarious.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to ask and bring people on to do that. So I'm excited for the CPA.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
I'm coming up with a bunch of questions for him.
yeah, dude, exactly. That's what I got to do too. Hopefully, I get to keep all my money for this year, for 2021. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And yeah, is there anything else that you want to cover, Josh, or you want to just do the closing remarks?
I would say as of right now, nothing yet.
Yeah,
you know,
this was a lot of fun though because we got to share those personal challenges and setbacks that it sucks, right? But look where we're at right now.
Yep. And have you guys get to know us a little bit better?
Yeah.
That we're more than just real estate. We're family men.
Yeah.
We're, you know, we are dads as well. So, but we're all in it just, you know, to win it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Sorry
Sorry for the cliche, but that's just what it is.
No, we're in it to win it. Yeah, that's exactly what
you know,
it is.
but yeah, we're just trying to set a foundation for that.
Yeah.
But hopefully you guys enjoy the show. Again, please like, subscribe, and keep listening. We're not going to stop as long as you guys keep listening. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yep, have a good one.